Hey everybody, with this video, I want to give you some strategies and techniques to motivate your kids to maintain physical fitness. We want them to have positive attitudes towards physical fitness. The goal of PE, one of the long-term goals, is not just that our students participate in physical fitness activities when they're in elementary school, but they learn some activities that they enjoy and they continue those activities throughout their entire life. We want to improve their health over their entire lifespan. So it's important that we have the right tools to be able to use to help motivate our students. The first one is to personalize fitness activities. Students who can't perform exercises are unlikely to develop a positive attitude towards physical activity. If they're trying to do exercises and they just can't do them, they're going to get frustrated and they're going to hate doing PE. So having activities that are going to fit them is going to be really important. Fitness experiences should allow children to determine their personal workloads. So instead of saying everybody do 50 push-ups, an easier way to do this is to set it by time and say we're going to do push-ups for 60 seconds, or we're going to do push-ups for 30 seconds, and then everybody can do as many as they can, and we'll reward their effort. Right? You'll tell them good job. You'll give them high five. You'll use them. You'll publicly say you're proud of them in front of people because of their effort. One student may do 20 push-ups, another student may do 5, but they both could put in their best effort. So allow them to personalize their activities and personalize their workload will help motivate them. The second one is to expose the children to a variety of fitness activities. This is really, really important. One of the mistakes we can make as a teacher is to always use the activities that we prefer. And we need to give the students as much variety as possible so they can find the activities and be exposed to things that they will fall in love with, that they will prefer. Students are willing to accept activities that they don't like if they know they'll soon get to experience some things that they'll enjoy. So if you have some fun games that everybody enjoys, you can easily use that to motivate them and say, hey, when we finish doing the fitness development after 15 minutes, then we're going to play this game that all of y'all love to play. And they're a little more willing to do the fitness stuff if they know they get something they really enjoy afterwards. Systematically changing your fitness activities is a good way to help students feel positive about fitness. This is part of your yearly plan of what activities you'll do each day and what kind of activities you'll do each week. If you'll make sure that you include as much variety as possible in those, you have basketball and you have dance and you have gymnastics and you have baseball, and the more variety you can have, the better it's going to be, the more motivated your students are going to be. The third thing is to give students positive feedback about their effort. Here's the key. Immediate, accurate, and specific feedback regarding effort is going to encourage them to continue to participate. It needs to happen as soon as you see them doing a good job. It needs to be accurate. It needs to be very specific and say, hey, I like the way you're doing those push-ups. I like the way you have your arms right underneath you. You're pushing hard. You're holding your head up. You're keeping your back straight. Really specific kind of feedback is going to make a big difference. It's going to make a big difference with your students and reinforce all children, not just the ones performing high level of fitness. You're reinforcing their effort. The goal is to get them to try their best. So make sure that you're doing that. The next one is teaching physical skills and fitness. So people maintain fitness levels through skill-based activities such as tennis, badminton, swimming, golf, basketball, aerobics, bicycling, and so on. People who feel competent in an activity are much more likely to participate as adults. That's the key. If people feel competent in an activity, they're more likely to participate. We like to do things that we're good at. So if you're teaching tennis and you teach the appropriate skills and the appropriate techniques, and you teach students strategy, as they get older, they'll get better and better at tennis. And because they're good at it, they'll like to do it more often. And then that can become their lifetime fitness exercise is playing tennis. So whenever you're teaching any activities, you want to make sure that you do proper skill training in those activities because it gives your students the best chance to improve their skills and become competent in those activities And once they become competent, they'll really enjoy the activities and they're more likely to participate in them in adulthood. So teaching physical skills is going to be a really important part of helping your students to maintain their physical fitness. As teachers, we need to be a role model. So that's the next one. We need to be a role model. So we need to be, we need to display physical vitality. We need to take pride in being active. We need to participate in activities when we can. And we need to have a positive influence on our students. So we want to get involved as frequently as we can. You're not going to participate in every activity with every PE class all day long. But you are going to participate some, and you're going to demonstrate some. So when they're doing jumping jacks, you can do some jumping jacks, right? Anything that you can do. If they're dancing, you can dance with them. Anything you can do to kind of jump in with them is going to be encouraging to your students, and you'll be acting as a role model for them. The next tool you've got is to care about the children's attitudes. Sometimes as PE teachers, we really enjoy fitness and we enjoy sports and we enjoy all these different activities, but sometimes our students don't. And we need to care about their attitudes and we need to demonstrate that. A lot of times we can make the mistake of forcing our students to do these activities. And we need to figure out how can we motivate the students to do activities. The experience is going to work best for them when it's a challenge for them and not a threat. So how can I as a PE teacher, or how can you as a PE teacher, create activities that are challenging for your students, but they're able to have success with those activities and they're able to enjoy those activities? Listen to what the students say, listen to their complaints, listen to their attitudes, whether they're good or bad, and then try to use your relationship with those students and your influence with them to develop activities that are going to be good for them and help them achieve their fitness goals. But it doesn't just need to be threats, and it doesn't need to be painful for the students all the time. It needs to be something that they're challenged with, that's given them the appropriate fitness training, but also demonstrates that you care about their attitude. The next one is to start easy and progress slowly. So always start with things the students can accomplish. That's so important, to start with things, with exercises and activities the students can do, and then slowly build on those throughout the entire school year. So their effort can stay at the same level, but their fitness can improve. So you may start out doing, for example, let's say that I'm working on upper body strength with students, but they can't do push-ups. Well, I could just do the down version of the push-up. So I could have everybody get in the up version of the push-up with their hands out straight on the floor, like that, and then they'll just go down as slow as they can. And when they get to the floor and their chest touches the floor, they can use any method they want to get back to the up position. Doesn't have to be a push-up. They could use their knees. They can do whatever they want. Get back to the up push-up and then go down again. So I could start with something really simple like that they could all do. Then we could start to do plank activities. So if we could start to build the core and that upper body strength doing plank activities. We could do push-ups leaning up against a wall. We could throw medicine balls to work on upper body strength, and slowly over the course of the school year, work our way up to doing normal push-ups. So start with something easy and progress slowly, and you'll be able to bring your students along to where you want them to be in their fitness level. The last one is to use low intensity activity. It's often the intensity of an activity that makes it difficult. So if you use low intensity activity, it's going to be easier for the students to do, and they'll enjoy it more. You have two parameters to adjust with physical fitness. One is the intensity, how intense you do the exercise, like running, how fast you run. That's the intensity. Low intensity would be walking. High intensity would be sprinting. And then you have the duration. That's how much time you're going to spend with it. So do we sprint for 3 seconds? Do we sprint for 6 seconds, right? That's the duration that you can deal with. The higher your intensity, the shorter your duration. The lower your intensity, the longer your duration. But you need to constantly be manipulating those two measures so that your activity is helping your students gain their fitness level, but it's not to the extent that it's going to be painful and have too much fatigue for the students. Because if you get to that part where you're getting a lot of fatigue, your motivation levels are going to drop significantly. So there's some tools, some strategies and techniques to help you motivate your students. Hopefully those are helpful for you.